We move on and talk about Borosil Renewables now, and we have Mr. Shreevar Kheruka. He's the vice chairman of the company who joins us on the show. From what we understand is that authorities at the moment are considering, duties and, anti-dumping duties specifically when it comes to solar glass. Shreevar, good morning and thanks for taking the time out. Right now, it's just under a state of investigation. But if you could give me a better idea about how things could pan out here and what are the factors that are in fact playing out in favor of these duties coming back? Because from what I understand, we had those duties earlier. There was an end to that, and it does seem like the government is reconsidering it now.
Well, thanks for having me. As far as solar, the ecosystem is concerned, the government has very clearly mandated a national solar mission. As a part of the solar mission, there's a target, of many hundreds of gigawatts of solar energy installation in the country by 2030. And also, this also entails making a full solar manufacturing ecosystem, right from the raw material to the finished product. So solar glass is one of the key components of a solar photovoltaic module. And as such, it's a critical component to have manufactured in our country. So the problem has been that in the last few months, in fact years, China has made a very aggressive pricing, which is below the cost of production, and has been dumping products across the solar value chain, right from the finished product to all the ancillary components, into India as well as many other countries across the world. And this is hurting the domestic manufacturing industry and also, therefore, impeding the overall goal of the national solar mission. As a result of this, the industry has been suffering substantial losses. And in order to, have a level playing field, we approached, the Director General Trade Remedies, and they have done some preliminary investigations, and they've recommended provisional anti-dumping duty on the imports of solar glass from China and Vietnam.
Right.
Now, it is with the Ministry of Finance to sign off on this, and we hope that they will do so. But the government has been very proactive and has been helping the entire solar ecosystem, achieve a level playing field, which we're very happy with. Right.
Shreevar, just want to better understand, for the longest times, you guys have had a near monopoly when it comes to this specific, version of solar glass that you guys have been dealing with. But from what I understand is that there are several other players who are taking this up now, and perhaps they will have capacities on stream over the course of the next few quarters and perhaps the next few years. My question then is that, does that further strengthen the case for the government to, bring in these anti-dumping duties? And under those circumstances, I just want to lay of the land in terms of competitive scenario, what it could look like a few years down the line, and whether or not that does, in fact, increase the probability of the anti-dumping duty coming back.
So I'll just correct you. I would not say we are anywhere close to a near monopoly even in the past, because China has more than 98% of the world's capacity in almost all solar components. So if, one company has, 1% of overall world capacity, I would refrain from calling it a monopoly. But either way, I get your point. In India, we were the only manufacturers for some period of time. But the second point is there are already 6 solar glass manufacturers which have set up production in India. And there's another 2 in process of setting up a plant. So the local industry has more than one player now. Like I said, already 6 are manufacturing already as we speak, and another 2 are going to start production in the next few months. So therefore, the local capacity of the industry is more than sufficient to match the needs of the solar module players who have set up. So from a capacity perspective, I don't see any issue in servicing the needs. And of course, when there's an industry active with more than one player,
right,
the chance of getting, the government would be therefore looking at the industry as a whole, and
sure,
which definitely should improve our probabilities of getting this.
All right, fair point taken, Shreevar. Thank you so much for joining us and giving us that much more clarity. Of course, we look forward to more updates from the government with respect to that particular decision coming in.